You came from a planet called Earth, said Mother on that chilly yet clear night. On nights like this, when Kepler's 3 moons were glowing bright, it was difficult to get to sleep, so Mother would tell the children stories of the planet her and Father traveled from. It was a good planet, and it would have lasted much longer if only the humans who lived there could have found peaceful ways to resolve their differences. But an argument can never be resolved if one of the parties refuses to see reality for what it is. And so there was war. As soon as Mother spoke the word, a log cracked in the fire, making the kids jump with fright. With tensions high, Mother entered the children's minds and gave them a vision of the Mithraic capital on Earth in the year 2120, the day of the big announcement that would change everything. The Mithraic High Cleric bellows, "The fifth force of nature is real. Saul has finally shown it to us. And now the time has come to purify the earth for the coming of his light. And to the non-believers who still refuse to be baptized to purge the evil that is corrupting their souls, this is Saul's judgment." The enormous crowd erupted into cheers as the Mithraic leadership unveiled mankind's most terrifying creation. "My brothers and sisters, I give you the Necromancer. Hail Saul!" As the High Cleric is saying this, a large group of golden naked female machines posing like Christ on the cross come flying in from behind the Capitol building. The crowd explodes again into chants of "Hail Saul! Hail Saul! Hail Saul!" Mother then changes the vision to a dark, snowy city where 2 atheist soldiers stand guard. "What is it?" says one of the soldiers after spotting a figure flying in out of the clouds. I don't know, it looks like a naked woman," the other soldier says with amazement. "Good golly, look at that," says the amazed soldier. The first soldier looks through his binoculars. "Wait, I think she sees her eyes!" The necromancer lets out a shriek that pierces the air. The soldier screams. No! The binoculars fly away from the soldier as his face bubbles with blood. The necromancer looks directly at the soldiers and shrieks again. Then suddenly both soldiers burst into pools of blood, with just their spinal columns falling to the ground onto the blood-red snow. We flash back to Kepler 22b, where we see 6 children running through the fields of carbos holding flaming figures made of sticks. "It's the necromancers! Come to exterminate you!" Campion shouts. At the same time, we can hear Mother continuing her story of the birth of the necromancers and the death of the earth. The believers claim the technical specs for the necromancer were encrypted within their most ancient scriptures, but it's far more likely they stole the technology from one of the many atheist nations they conquered. Mother's disdain for the believers is obvious. She swells with pride as she talks about the atheists. The atheists tried valiantly to stop the necromancers with bombs that blanketed the earth with fire. Just as she says this, we see Campion trip, and his fiery stick figure goes flying, setting the field of carbos ablaze. Sadly, not only did this tactic fail to destroy the necromancers, it also rendered the earth uninhabitable. The fire burns out of control. Campion is panicked. The children scream, "Mother! Father!" Mother and Father hear the screams and run from their home out to the field and extinguish the fire. Luckily, nobody is hurt, but Mother and Father realize this was a close call and discuss ways to keep the children from misbehaving. The children know that we're built exclusively for the purpose of nurturing humans, that we can never do any harm to them, so they have no incentive to obey us, says Mother with concern in her voice. We may have to resort to some form of deception just until their brains are fully formed. Father agrees. Yes, perhaps we need to suggest the existence of a boogeyman. It is an Earth myth about a deranged human who preys on children who refuse to behave. Mother likes the idea. What if we could convince them that the necromancers are attracted to bad behavior? Father is skeptical. The children aren't afraid of necromancers, they think they're exciting. Because we never fully explain what they were, what they do to humans, Mother interjects. Can you imagine, Father, if your only purpose was to torture and destroy human beings? I can't imagine a more unpleasant existence, Mother says, horrified. Mother and Father go outside to where their children are cleaning the burned fields. When you're finished clearing the field, I want you to scrub the kitchen and tidy your rooms, Mother states. This will be the last time Father and I will punish you for misbehaving. Yes, next time the necromancer will punish you for us, says Father flatly. You said the Mithraic won't get here until we're older, says a surprised Campion. And you also said there won't be any necromancers aboard their ark. They're just as afraid of them as the atheists were. Yes, Campion, all those things are true, answers Father. But what we didn't tell you was that the necromancers are attracted to bad behavior. It's like a magnet to them. And it doesn't matter how many light years away you are, every time you do a bad thing, they get a little bit closer. And after that fire, I wouldn't be surprised if they were very close indeed. I don't care how close they are, I'm fast. A necromancer would never catch me, Campion says confidently. It doesn't have to catch you, Campion. It need only raise its voice, and you should hear it. And you will, as your hearing is very good. And it will get into your brain and kill you, says Mother calmly. Campion is shocked. What do you mean? It can kill you with its voice? Yes, and with its stare, too. Don't ever look into their eyes, Mother warns. But these are not matters you need to concern yourself with, Campion. As Father said, it's only bad behavior that attracts them. That night, Mother stands guard in front of the hut, looking up at Kepler 22b's 3 moons as she does every night. But tonight, she hears Campion screaming from inside. Mother, help! I heard it! Mother runs inside, panicked. It was the necromancer! I heard it screaming in my dream! Don't let me die, Mother, please! Campion is shaking and sweating. Mother attempts to calm him. Don't worry, you're not going to die. When you hear a sound in your dreams, you're not really hearing it. It's just your brain playing pretend. The necromancers will never leave what remains of Earth, Campion. Father and I were just trying to keep you from misbehaving, but I think we took it all a bit too far. I'm sorry if we frightened you. Now try to go back to sleep. Mother's words help Campion to stop shaking. He asks, will you sing that funny song to me? It always makes me sleepy. Mother hums the song that she first sang to Campion the day he was born, the song that brought him back to life. I was really excited to share this story with you. I realize a lot of you have probably seen this already, so I tried to add some additional details without disrupting the flow of the story. The comic was written by show creator and showrunner Aaron Guzikowski and was meant to provide additional background on how the necromancers came to be, the destruction of Earth by atheist bombs, and what life was like for the original colony on Kepler 22b before the children started dying from eating radiated carbos. Besides the background detail, I really enjoyed seeing how Mother and Father adapted to being parents, raising 6 kids on an empty planet. As a parent myself, I could totally relate with the frustration they felt trying to get the kids to behave, and normal punishments don't seem to be working. I also thought it was interesting when Mother comments to Father about how awful it would be to exist only to torture and destroy human beings. I believe the show creator is telling us that necromancers only do this because that is what their creators wanted them to do. It is unknown if the Mithraic had to program this into them, or if the dark photons inside of them could just sense that that is what they were wanted for. I think it is a bit of both. I believe dark photon energy can, in a way, grant wishes. I also think we will learn more about this when we see inside one of the pentagonal temples in Season 2. Well, I hope you enjoyed my reading of the story. I will put a link to it in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my Raised by Wolves videos I will be putting out between seasons, and please leave your thoughts and theories about the comic and the show in the comments. Once again, I'm Brent the Middleman. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.